going to inform you of the situation. We can't tolerate any further delay, right? The situation is there are 648, or I'm not quite exactly up to how many at the moment, British MPs, the SNP, I think, in Parliament, and the situation is that not one of them is either brave enough or honest enough to expose anything. We've had so you've got 650 MPs, and not one of them is exposing the fact that all of the ISIS attacks were done by the Roman Catholic Church and the Jesuits and the 322. Not one. They talk about democracy. Clearly, there is something wrong in the selection process for MPs. That you have 650 lawyers, or people who aren't, perceptive and aware enough to see what almost everyone else who spent the time to look into it saw straight away or very quickly. Hence the thousands of thumbs up. And back in the day before 2016, when they gave me their voice to protest, or anyone else, that was videos with 250,000 views in 2 days and hundreds of thumbs up, to 0 thumbs down, maybe one or two. I mean, everyone knows what's going on apparently, apart from British MPs, and I got banned, for example, from John Redwood's blog, Conservative MP, for simply telling the truth. And it's intolerable to and unbearable to see the level of sheer hypocrisy in MPs coming back from recess and saying that they want to ban protests during recess, their extended holiday, and these protests near their homes, for example. I mean, they're peaceful protests, but they want the police to enforce legislation recently brought through, which they gave the game away completely. It is about protecting MPs from protests, and they want the police to close down these protests. So again, with all the vitriol and hatred of an extremist, these MPs accuse everybody else of hatred and extremism, and with an authoritarian tone of a schoolmistress speaking to primary school children. That's what we had to put up with, because they were protesting near their homes during recess, apparently. Peaceful protests, of course, but they want the police to be violent to the peaceful protesters. Well, that's the implication. Okay, so the situation, of course, the real problem is, not peaceful protests, but MPs themselves and the lobbyists and the selection process. And to this extent, it's become an intolerable situation. They've already destroyed creation. They've destroyed humankind. I'm talking about in the next couple of years. This generation of politicians did that. Okay? And it's the same generation that decided to pollute every other generation with nuclear waste.